something a little different. We have one of our leading experts on how to get referrals, Mark Rogers, one of our national sales managers, and he's based out of Salt Lake, Utah. So we're going to video call him in, and I promise this is going to be very valuable information for you on how to grow your practice. We're back with Mark Rogers, and today we're going to talk about referrals, only he talks about them a little bit differently, and he refers to them as a favorable introduction. Mark, can you tell me why you call it that?
Well, I learned a long time ago that as soon as you ask somebody for a referral, number one, you all of a sudden have a client that becomes a hermit. All of a sudden they don't know anybody. Right? That's number one. They freak out. They get clammy. It gets awkward. And number two, if you get that referral, there's a really high probability that you get their brother who doesn't have money. Like they go, "Oh, you've got to talk to my brother. He's absolutely broke and has no money. You really need to help him."
He needs
And in the back of your mind, you're going, "Great, I get to talk to somebody that is not qualified to meet with me. Thank you." So we've transferred our language because you and I both know, depending on how we can phrase something, you'll get different responses from it.
Absolutely.
By transferring the word referral to favorable introduction, that all of a sudden changes the mindset, because what you're actually doing is getting that person that's going to introduce you to people that are just like them, who are what I deem QCC, qualified, committed, coachable. QCC. If we're going to get introductions to new QCC customers, well, then we have to go about it the right way. We have to have a process, and you got to have the proper language. So having a favorable introduction seems to get better results than the old scary word referral.
Sure, that makes total sense. So if there's a process, would you mind giving us kind of a high level overview of what that looks like?
Absolutely. So I think let's back up and let's just talk about the problems of getting a referral.
Okay.
Number one, the person referring you doesn't know who you want to be introduced to.
Right.
So problem number one in getting better favorable introductions is the person favorably introducing you doesn't know who you want to be introduced to. Yet when I ask you right off the cuff and you're not prepared when we're having our conversation, and I throw it at you and say, "Hey, who do you know?" All of a sudden it's like, well, who do I know? Right? Whoa. But now if you are my customer and you are a close customer, you're one of my A clients, let's say, chances are that you want to help me because you believe in me and you believe in my business model. So you're a helper and you're a visual learner. So I've created what's called an ideal client profile. And you take that ideal client profile, it's an actual tangible form that you use, and you sit that down in front of your person that's going to give you favorable introductions. And now that gives them an actual visual thing to see so they can start sourcing the people that you need to be introduced to. So on that ideal client profile, there's attributes about the person you want to work with, right? Believes in family, has values of, cares about community. It's all those things of the person you want to work with. But number two, it actually has qualifications. So if I'm sitting down and you're my ideal client and you're a business owner, well, then that ideal client profile is all going to be generated and have qualifications of, is also a small business owner, is another doctor, is a type of whatever, income qualifications. I have it all on there. So now once you've sat down and you've gone through that, I like to use my cell phone. I like to use the church directory, the country club list, anywhere where that person is really geared into and has friends in that same area, their job, their community that they're in. And now you want to take that, and I love the cell phone because don't we have all of our favorite 5 people in our cell phone? We do, right? So pull out your cell phone, and if they're really old, you say, get out your Rolodex. Remember the days of the Rolodex? But you get that out, and you get your ideal client profile out, and now you're sort of comparing back and forth. And now I've essentially pulled out your best people. Here's the key. I don't go for the throat at the very beginning. I say, give me your best 3 people or your best 5 people, because that also makes it feel like, okay, Mark's not just trying to get every single person on me and run me over and use me, but it's much more sincere to say, okay, who are, out of all these people we've talked about, who are the top 3 people? So that's number 1. People don't know who you want to be introduced to. Step 2, people don't know how to introduce you.
Yeah.
People care about you, but the reality is that we sort of sell intangibles, right? We sort of protect the what ifs in life when you're selling insurance, and annuities fall in that category. So there's not a tangible, like I bought a brand new car, and when I buy my brand new car, there's probably 5 people that I drive to of my buddies that I want to show off my new car, right? And while I'm doing that, I talk about the salesman, I talk about the dealership and how they took care of me, right? That's a tangible way to introduce somebody. So in our business, and we sell the intangible, we have to be able to coach them and give them 3 bullet points of what we want somebody to say about us, when we want them to say it, and then how to turn those people over to us. So here's a great example. I actually pre-script out an email where I write as though the client's writing it.
Okay.
And then what I ask them to do after we've scrubbed our list of people is, great, now that we've found these top 3 people that I really need to get introduced to, I have an email that if you could easily just copy and paste, you're more than to change any of the things that are in it or add what you want. But if you could copy me on that email and send it to those 3 people, then I'll take it from there. Or here's another example. I had an advisor who said, Mark, I want to make more money, but I also want to spend more time out on the golf course. Try that one as a wholesaler to try to figure out, okay, did you want to make more money? You want better clients? And you want to golf and get that golf score down, right? Okay, let's figure that out. Well, here's what we did. I said, let's go to your existing clients and let's find out how many people are golfers in your book of business. Turned out he had like 25 of his 8 clients loved golf. Well, our process was then to go sit down with our golfing clients and say, hey, do you want to play golf every month for free? Geez, how do I learn how to play golf for free every week, right? Okay, so here's the catch. Here's my ideal client profile. How many of your friends fit that? And every single time that you want to bring those friends that are qualified, committed, coachable, who look just like this profile, when you want to take them golfing, I'm happy to pay for the golf, go with you guys. No sales pitch, but I just want to get introduced to people that fit you, that look just like you. And here's what they look like. His business went through the roof. He worked with better people. He stopped working with his B and C clients as much. He made more money. He spent more time on the golf course, and he grew his clientele into a better scenario. So those are the step process. The reality and the great thing is, any person's business, as long as you have 3 good clients, if you have 3 good clients, I can grow your business over the next 60 to 90 days and help you make more money and help you work with better clients. I only need 3 clients.
That's not that many.
I don't think so. If we don't have 3 clients, we got a problem, right?
Yeah, we need to take a few steps backwards at that point. So you kind of have gone over this, but seems like you take some of the guesswork out by writing the email, the introduction email and whatnot. Asking for referrals, and then, it feels like that might be kind of awkward for people to make that introduction. Other than the email, is there something that you could suggest or you have advice on?
Well, so I love the example of golf, right? Because you made it so nonchalant that it was easy. You made it easy for somebody to make an introduction.
Right.
I like to ask, okay, hey, now I've got these 3 names. When is the typical time you run into these people? This is a way to set your business up. And by the way, it's free. It's free. People love you. They care about you. They want to introduce you. They just don't know who, and they don't know how to do it. And you're gonna solve that problem for them.
Well, Mark, thank you so much. This was so informative. Again, just like anything else, reach out to your wholesaler. We have repeatable processes, just like Mark discussed, that can help you find these referrals, or as Mark refers to them, favorable introductions.
I love it.
So thank you so much for your time again, Mark. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.